It's MC Monte in the place to be. Welcome to the adventures of MC Monte. This video series is all about making the 1995 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie cosplay. Yeah. In this video, we're going to be finishing the boot. So let's make the shoe so that your boot look can be complete. Once you get done with this tutorial, your boot will be complete and you'll have the top part done and the bottom part done. We're going to get right into it. As usual, everything you need is listed in the description below. Gather your supplies and let's get to it. So I'm wearing the shoe that I'm going to be wearing with this cosplay, and I'm going to wrap my foot in aluminum foil and use a sharpie to draw the pattern. Didn't do the aluminum foil the best, so I'm also going to have to use tape. Now I'm going to sketch my design onto the tape using my reference photo. Fun fact, these 1995 Mighty Morphin Power Ranger boots were designed by Nike. After I finish sketching my design onto the tape, I'm going to cut myself out. So I draw a straight line down the center and then cut myself out. Next, I'm going to take my tape patterns and transfer them onto paper. Next, I'm going to do the section that's going to be piece number 2. So I'm cutting out the middle of the pattern, the middle of the shoe. And I'm going to take this. This is towards the front of the shoe, towards the toe. So I'm going to just add a little bit of space. So I'm going to trace this. And I'm going to add about an inch or a half an inch. I'm going to add an inch of space to the front. Flip it and then trace again so you have the full shoe. And once again, you're adding about an inch of space to the front. And the last piece you need, piece number 4, is just going to be a rectangle that goes around your ankle. I'm going to make this swoop in a little bit to give it a rounded edge so it can comfortably go around your ankle. So this is half of piece number 4. You would trace this, flip it over, and trace the other side. When you have all your patterns transferred to paper, you'll have a toe piece, piece number 1. You'll have the center, piece number 2, piece number 3, and piece number 4. Piece number 1 and 3 are going to be white. Piece number 2 and 4 are going to be the color of your Ranger. For me, that's going to be black since I'm making the Black Ranger. Parts 1 and 3, I'm going to cut out a 4mm EVA foam. Parts 2 and 4, I'm going to cut out of 2mm EVA foam. Part 1 is my toe. Cutting my toe out of 4mm EVA foam. Here's my piece number 3. Next, I'm going to cut out piece number 2 and 4 in 2mm EVA foam. If you want to save time on painting, cut this out in your color of your EVA foam. I ran out of black EVA foam, so I will have to paint this. Next, I'm going to cut out piece 4. I'm going to trace it and flip it so I have the entire pattern. Before I paint my pieces, I'm going to seal them with the heat gun. I'm going to do maybe 2 coats of black flexi paint and then finish with 1 coat of regular black acrylic paint. To build my shoe, I am starting with a slip-on sneaker just like this. I find this is the best / easiest thing to work with when building EVA foam shoe. And I'm going to stuff some socks inside so that the shoe is puffed up as if I was wearing it. And that's going to help me build on top of it. This is piece number 1. This is piece number 2. I'm going to start with these 2 pieces. So I'm going to start with piece number 2, and I'm going to glue piece number 2 into place like this. So I'm lining up this part with this part. And I'm lining up the edge with the edge of the sole. Well, I thought I was recording and I was not. Sorry about that. Well, let me just show you what I did. So the first thing I did was take piece number 2 and I glued it on, lining it up with this part of the shoe where the slip-on starts. So I just glued piece number 2 into place like so. So now that piece number 2 is in place, I'm going to take piece number 1 and I'm going to close the toe and then glue it onto the front of the shoe. I'm using contact cement for the toe to glue the toe together. Make sure if you're using contact cement to have a respirator. I'm going to put contact cement on both sides. I'm going to let it dry, get tacky, and I'm going to close the toe. And then I'm going to glue the whole front piece, toe piece onto the shoe like this. Now that my contact cement is dry, I'm going to close the toe. And next I'm going to shape this toe piece. Alright, next I'm going to glue the toe piece onto the shoe. I'm going to start in the center, put some glue in the center, and then work each side. Now that the center is glued down, I'm going to work each side. I'm pulling the foam tight into place. I'm trying to get a good stick. Make sure it's all the way down as far as it can go. And I have a little bit extra at the bottom, so I'm just going to trim it off. Alright, the front half of the shoe is done. Next I'm going to use Quick Seal to cover up this seam and let it dry while I'm working on the rest of the shoe. So you just need Quick Seal and some water. So I'm going to take a dab of Quick Seal and use it to cover up this seam. Then I'm going to smooth it out with water. Okay, I just realized that while I was recording, I got 2 incoming calls and it stopped the video recording. So I didn't get the footage of me finishing the shoe. So I'm upset about that, but I'm going to explain the rest of the process that I did. Where we left off, I was putting coat number 1 on the toe to hide the seam. And then I took piece number 3 and attached it to piece number 4. And then once those 2 pieces were together, I attached the whole thing, piece number 3 and 4, to the shoe. I'm going to create a mock-up recap since I'm missing footage, and hopefully this tutorial is still usable. You're going to take piece 3 and piece 4. You're going to glue piece 3 onto piece 4. And the way I do this is I put a mark down the center as a guideline. I put a mark down the center. And then I line that up and I mark where this piece, I line it up and I mark where this piece is going to get glued on. So I'm gluing piece 4 to the back of piece number 3. So now you have piece 3 and 4 prepped and ready. What you're going to do is follow this line and trim off the extra. So piece number 4 has a little bit extra. So you follow the line, the back heel line of piece number 3 to trim off that extra. Now you're going to take this piece and glue it onto the shoe. I start by lining up the back in the center where the heel is. I glue this into the center and then I work my way around the shoe, glue that down. All the way around the shoe until everything is glued into place, and it will look like this. So just take your time and glue your piece number 3 and 4 across the top of the shoe. When you're done, your shoe should look like this. This is piece 1, this is piece 2, this is piece 3, this is piece 4, all in place. When you put both pieces together, the shin armor and the shoe, it should look like this. And that's how you make a cosplay shoe. Sorry about the footage that was lost, but I hope this was still helpful, and I hope you were still able to complete that cosplay shoe, to complete the look of your Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 1995 movie cosplay boot. We are almost done. Stick in there with me, and let's finish this series strong. The next video will be sewing the soft parts, putting together the suit, and then the final video after that will be painting everything and making sure you have all the attachments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video or tutorial. I hope this build is going well with you so far. And if you do this build and you share pictures on your social media, be sure to tag me. Always remember, adventure awaits. So get out into the world and explore. And I'll see you next time. Peace.